Hey, this is Richard Chancey, and today I thought I would take a quick walk with you through the Reminders app on my iPhone. Again, this is just the Reminder app. The icon looks like this. So if I click on that, I use this thing every day to drive everything that I'm doing with my business and my ministry. So this top level, you'll see that there's several different lists on here. Now there's a plus on the top right here. If I click on it, you can see I can add either a reminder or a list. And what I'm looking at right now is the list view. So you'll see I've got three big things this week. Automate the sale is an old business that I don't use anymore. I actually can delete that out of there. Daily three is the three things I want to get today. There are 33 things on there. You'll notice. I'll go back to that in a minute. Decisions I'm praying about. Embarrassingly, I'm not praying about any decisions right now. Big decisions. I'm pretty focused on what God's called me to do. Facebook ads, family, finances, goals. I'm going to dive into that in a minute. I've got my grocery list on here that I have super itemized. I won't show you that because you'll see just how neurotic I am about everything in here. Mexican mission trip we're working on, podcast ideas. Praying for Elephants was a great book that I read. I've got my prayer list of things that I'm constantly praying for and asking God for on there. Quotes that I like to be reminded of, reminders, and then I also like to have a couple of scriptures that are constantly popping up for memorization, that kind of things. And apparently, um, I have nothing left to learn because there's nothing on that list right now. So let's go back up here to my goals list and take a quick look at that. These are all the goals that I'm working on right now. Now, this is a motto. It probably should be under quotes instead of goals. So you'll see that I've got different goals on here of things that we're building inside of our church stuff, church training resources. We're about to launch a sermon notes platform. So I got a lot of goals in here. So what I do is I set these goals. So if I create a new one down here at the bottom and I put in test, just want to show you how this works real quick. And I hit the information over there. You'll see at the top I've got test, and then I hit remind me on day, and I will set that for today. So right now it's always going to push it out a little bit in the future. I always take these back to about 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock in the morning, because right when I get up, I want to be able to look at these. I don't want them popping up on me all day long. Not for the way that I'm using this. So, and then I'll repeat. And if it's a goal that's a short term goal, then I'll have it repeat every day, and then I'll have it end a couple of days after I want the goal to be done. So let's just say that's March 8th. And you'll see kind of how it plays out here. Now, you can have it remind me at a location. There's a lot of cool things that you can do with this. And then you can change the priorities down here where it says priority. And then you'll see I can change and put it on a different list when I need to. But then when I'm done, I just click it and you'll see it's popping up there. Now, here's the really cool part about this. If I scroll back out to the main view, at the top, you'll see it says scheduled 11 items due today. If I click on that, there are 10 that are overdue. These are the ones that I want to be looking at right now. So you'll see the ones. Now, here's my goal that I just set. If I select it, it takes it off. You'll see it's still on there, but if I go back out and back in, it'll only show me what's overdue. Now I can click show completed at the bottom or hide completed, and then you'll see all I've got left is my list. And this is a great way to be reminded of your goals. And before I dive out of this or jump out of this, let me just show you a couple other things. This daily three. So on Sunday morning, before I do daily three, the three big things list on Sunday mornings before I go to church, before I do anything, I get up and I try to prioritize what's going to happen that week just to get some clarity on it. You can do it whatever part of the week works best for you. Probably be better to do this on Friday afternoon than Sunday morning, but I just feel slower on Sunday morning. So I prioritize what needs to happen, and then I put dates on them, like you'll see at the bottom here, sermon agreements in place. And then I try to prioritize what I'm working on. Some weeks I have stuff that overlaps, projects that I'm working on where I don't need to add anything. But most weeks I just sit down and I go, okay, what are the big three things I'm going to get done this week? And then I try to break those three things down into three things I'm going to get done today. Now you'll see if I scroll through this, you'll see I've got a lot of stuff in here. And so what I do every morning is I wake up and I can look at this on my computer and I try to figure out what are the three things that I feel like I can get done today that are actually going to drive those goals, and everything else has to wait. Now you'll see some of these have dates on them, so I've already got them popping up here. Pay everybody. I pay everybody on the first day of the month. Then I've got a lot of other questions in here. This one down here is I've got to get some money out of the ATM when I leave where I am right there. This is a really cool feature. If I hit information on that, it says remind me at location. Then it says location where I am right now, and then it says leaving the current location. So when I leave where I'm leaving right now, I want it to remind me to go get some cash out of the ATM. There's just a myriad of things that you can use this for. I have tried a ton of different to-do lists and different applications and all that kind of stuff, and it just wound up being, I felt like my list was another thing on my list that I was failing at, to be honest with you. This works really well for me because when I have an idea about something that needs to be done, I can just throw it in here and come back to it later when I'm trying to prioritize my tasks for the day. I hope that's super helpful for you. If you're watching this, I hope this is something that you can kind of take and use. This is the ADHD pastors, entrepreneurs, business guys way to manage a lot of tasks and stay super focused. Okay. Let me know if you have any questions.